All right, today we are diving deep into a new AI tool from Google called Anti-Gravity. And honestly, it's shaking up the entire world of automated workflows. We've spent the last month putting it to the test, and our verdict is in, and it is a really big deal for anyone building things online.
Let's just kick things off with this quote from an AI automation expert. This isn't just some random hype. This is from someone who's actually used it, and it hints at a huge shift away from the expensive tools a lot of us use every day. So what is going on here? So the big question floating around is this thing really a no-code killer? I mean, is it a serious challenger to the platforms we pay for every month? It's a totally different way of thinking about building things, so let's see how it actually compares. Okay, so here's the real difference maker. It's a total shift in philosophy. With the no-code platforms, you're basically renting their tools with a monthly subscription. But with anti-gravity, you get the actual code. You own it. You can host it wherever you want, and you only pay for what you use. It's like the difference between renting an apartment and owning your own house. This is where things get really wild. Anti-gravity is built around this concept called vibe coding. And the idea is pretty revolutionary. It means you don't have to be a programming genius to build amazing apps. You just describe what you want, in plain English. At its heart, anti-gravity is an IDE, an integrated development environment. But don't let that technical term throw you. Just think of it like this. Google Docs is for writing, right? Google Sheets is for spreadsheets. Well, anti-gravity is for coding. It's a workspace where an AI becomes your personal coding team, turning your regular sentences into real working code. Look, to really get the hang of this and make the AI do what you want, you just need to understand 4 core ideas. That's it. These are the basic building blocks for any project you'll create. First up, you've got Markdown files. Now, these aren't the code. Think of them as the instruction manuals for your AI. You just write out the steps and the logic in simple text, and the AI follows that manual every single time, so you don't have to keep telling it what to do. Next, there are the Python scripts. So if the Markdown files are the instruction manuals, these scripts are the actual power tools in the AI's toolbox. This is the code that does the heavy lifting, and it does it fast, efficiently, and really cheap. And the best part? The AI writes it all for you. Then you have API keys, and the hotel keycard analogy is perfect here. These keys are what give your app permission to talk to other services, like OpenAI or Stripe. Without the right key, your app just can't get in the door. And of course, that leads us right here to environment files. I mean, you can't just leave those secret keycards lying around in your code, right? So the environment file is like a secure digital wallet. It holds all that sensitive stuff safely, so your AI can use it without exposing your secrets to anyone. Okay, so you've got all these different pieces, but how do you organize them so your AI doesn't get confused and can actually work at its best? Well, there's a really simple but super powerful framework for doing just that. It's called the CORE framework, and it's just an acronym for Command, Operations, Resources, and Environment. By setting up your project this way, your AI agent knows exactly where to look for everything it needs, its main goals, its instructions, its tools, and all its secret keys. Let's break that down real quick. Command is the main file that tells the AI its overall goals. Operations is a folder full of those step-by-step manuals we talked about. Resources is the toolbox, packed with all the Python scripts. And environment, well, that handles the keys and the background stuff. It's just a super logical setup that makes everything easier to manage. All right, enough theory. Let's see how this all comes together in the real world. We're going to walk through building a fully working CRM, a customer relationship management tool, from absolute scratch, using nothing but the AI. The whole thing kicked off with just a single prompt. The user told the AI what they wanted, and boom, it generated that entire core folder structure automatically. From there, it was a process of working with the AI to build it, fix the bugs, and get a working tool that could manage leads in Airtable. Now, here's what's so interesting. It wasn't perfect right out of the gate. The AI itself found problems, like an API key that wasn't working and column names that didn't match up. And this shows a whole new way of working, where you're not just telling an AI what to do, you're actually collaborating with it to solve problems. So what was the final result? Well, once those little bugs were ironed out, it worked like a charm. You could use simple commands like add a new lead or advance him in the pipeline, and the AI just did it. It proved it could understand what you meant and work with other complex software, no problem. So, after a month of really putting this thing through its pieces, what's the final verdict? And more importantly, why should you care? Here's the bottom line. This is a seriously powerful and, let's not forget, free alternative to no-code tools. It lets you build whatever you can imagine, not by making you learn to code, but by letting you focus on the big ideas. You own everything you make, you're never locked in, and your only limit is your imagination.
And that really leaves us with one big question, doesn't it? For years, we thought drag and drop was the future of making software accessible to everyone. But maybe just describing what you want, vibe coding, is the next big step forward in how we all create. It's definitely something to think about.